Okay, hello and good morning to everyone. I am the Niker Hiker. It is March 11th, a Thursday. It is 7 a.m. in the morning. I am headed to a place just outside of Quincy, Washington called Highman's Bluff. It's actually very near to another hike I did with Atlas and Crixus, I don't know, about a month ago called Ancient Lakes. I can link the video if you're interested in checking that one out. So yeah, we're about 12 minutes out from now. Yeah, it was super windy when I got in the car this morning, just as the sun was coming up. So I'm hoping it's not too crazy cold. We've slowly kind of transitioned out of winter here, but we're not anywhere near spring, or at least not the spring that I'm used to. So it's still really windy, really cold, which I've heard that's something very typical for the area, that anytime the seasons change, a lot of wind. So might be really windy, especially on a high point. This wasn't a place that I wanted to take Atlas and Crixus before, so we didn't go on the last trip. So I've kind of been saving this for a later trip when I can go out solo. So that is the plan. That is where we're headed. Hopefully, it's a little off the beaten path. The parking lot's a ways out, and I couldn't tell from the maps I saw how established the trail is out to the point. So hopefully it's not too difficult to find and too meandering to get to the actual spot. So, like I said, about 12 minutes out, and we will see. Okay, so we have left the pavement. I don't know if you can hear me because we're on a bumpy gravel road now. This is actually the exact area that me and Atlas and Crixus walked. The gate is open now. Before, we had to park a little bit further down this road, or further up the road from where I've already passed, and we had to walk this section. So the gate is open, so you can drive right down, which is nice because that puts me a lot closer to the place I want to go. I don't have to hike as far in, and it looks like we got a van here, some people boondocking, so that's super cool. It looked like a very well-used area when me and Alice were down here before. So yeah, coming up here on the first of, it's called Ancient Lakes, but there's several little lakes and ponds. I'm not sure if really one is Ancient Lakes or it's all the group of them. I feel like one of them was called like Lake H, and one of them was called like Lake J, or something like that.
You have arrived.
Circle around here and find a place to park a little further down, maybe. Let's see. Maybe just off to the side here. Okay, let's check it out. So we have arrived. That lake might look familiar if you have watched the Ancient Lakes video. So me and Atlas stopped at. There's kind of a defined trail here. I'm not sure. I lost my map signal just about as soon as we got here. I'm going to find one here. I don't know if it'll lead to where I'm thinking. Some horse prints too. But we will find out. Not too windy so far. Sun is warming things up nicely. So far much better than I expected. Let's head down this trail and see where it leads. This is the other problem with these Eastern Washington hikes, is that you got an insane amount of rocks in the ground. So you're following a trail and suddenly you can't see the trail because it's all rocks. You gotta find a place further down to pick it back up because there's no established trail through the rocks because obviously it's rock and you can't beat down a footpath. So luckily that one wasn't too far, but some of them, huge sections, and these horse hoof prints are really helping too, because they kind of direct the way. are here. Well, over there, I believe. I think that is Highman's Bluff, which is accessible. But I'm down to like 5% battery life. The cold is doing a number on my phone's battery. So we're gonna go to here. Hopefully we're still recording. Beautiful spot. I hate to hike all the way back, but I might go back to the car and charge the battery and come back, because this is just so many good picture opportunities. So yeah, it is legit. Which I know I said before, the camera will not do justice to how high up we are. It is just beautiful. Okay, that might be it for me, or I might be back out here. We will just have to see. So we're still recording. This has been Highman's Bluff, I do believe. Look at that. So now, to find the way back to the car with no clear trail, and pretty much everything around here looking identical. So, obviously I know the direction. There's just a lot of ups and downs that I'd rather avoid. Let's do the down ones, and not all these little valleys. So, hopefully, so I see it. Long last. Kind of took the long way around coming back, but found a pretty well established trail and followed that out to the main road, and then from there got a real good bearing on where it was at and headed towards the car. Tell you what, I'll talk about it more when I get to the car once I get the phone charged, but I am impressed with the battery on this little phone. I was sitting at 4%, probably over 45 minutes ago, and it's held out till now. Okay, I made it back to the car. The phone is charging. I think we're like at 5 or 6%. I think I'm gonna follow this road we came in on further down now that it's open, the gates are open, and take a look at what else is down there. Like maybe there's another, I mean, this is the parking lot it took me to get to Highman's Bluff, but maybe there's another parking lot further down with something else I can take some footage of, or some other pictures, actually with battery this time. I'm guessing what happened, and this has been happening a lot, is we've got those lay down chargers for our phone. They're flat surface, you just set your phone on it at night. Well, my youngest son is notorious for unplugging those, so I probably set it down in the night and it didn't charge, thinking it was charging and it didn't charge, so I was at low battery life. So that's probably what happened. So the only real issue is that I think we're sitting on like 70 more miles, which is fine, but I also don't know how far that goes out. So we'll go out a little ways and keep an eye on the gas, make sure I got plenty to get back to town. The other thing I wanted to mention was we bought the to park here, and a lot of the other areas we've gone to, we got the, let's see this here, Discover Pass, Washington Discover Pass, and I think it was like 35, 40 bucks, something like that, and it has been just worth its weight in gold. Like, it's paid for usually 5 to 10 bucks to park at places, sometimes even more, and we've probably used it like 15 times now, and it's good for the year, so it's just been fantastic. So if you're in the area, I would highly recommend getting that pass if you're going to use it enough, because a lot of places don't have a place to pay, or it's cash only, and a lot of people aren't carrying cash these days, so to have the pass has been super nice. So I would highly recommend. So yeah, that down there we parked, sign says there. Probably missed it on the way in. The sign says H Lake. So I believe the other one further down was like J or K or something like that we passed earlier. It was crazy. There was almost, well, we passed that one van camping overnight here when we drove in, and yeah, I think that was it. And just walking this road, here's where I came out, next to this power line. Just walking this road back, probably was passed by like 5 or 6 cars. There's a ton around this lake, and now a bunch down at the lake I passed earlier. So it gets pretty popular. I don't know if everyone's fishing. I mean, I must be. I've seen a couple guys just get out and take some pictures and drive on, so maybe some of that as well. And those guys got fishing poles and chairs, so yeah. A lot of people out fishing this morning. Starting to warm up pretty good too. I had to take my puffy coat off and lose the gloves. Sign said coming up here that the south gate, which I assume is on the other side here, is currently closed due to vandalism, and I think that's the same sign that it said on the north gate when it was closed when we were here earlier. And I had noticed, not necessarily vandalism, but there is a lot of old campfire rings with trash in them, and a lot of beer bottles and broken glass and whatever, which is typical of any place that is this close to a small town or anything, or a city or anything like that, which is really unfortunate. As I've said before, it's not hard to bring your stuff out and bring it right back in. It shouldn't be like that, but it's people who don't care about maintaining our lands and what they look like and whatever for other people. They're just out here to party and have a good time, and don't care how they treat it in their wake, which is really unfortunate. This is something. Maybe we'll stop here and take some photos. Okay, we are back on smooth pavement. I want to thank everybody for watching. That was as close as I could get, battery allowing, to Highman's Bluff, just outside of Quincy, Washington. Definitely a shout out to my Samsung S10 Plus and its battery life. Right as I start the approach up to Highman's Bluff, the phone beeps. It's down to 4% battery life, and the screen dims and goes into power saving mode. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna get right to the spot, the whole point of the video, and have no battery to film. And so I did the one quick, like I'll save it, I'll get to the top, I'll film a quick thing, and if it dies in the middle, it dies in the middle. So I got up there, did a quick thing, filmed it, and it held on. And so I'm like, well, I'll take a few pictures. So I took a few pictures, 4% still. Adjusted the brightness. I couldn't even see to take pictures or video. Adjusted the brightness. I'm like, that's gonna kill it for sure. Took some pictures. Was able to take some Lego hiker pictures and some more video, and it still held on, 4%. So I'm like, well, I'll head back and not use it. Got all the way back to the car, kind of meandered through to find the way back, and still 4% when I got to the car. So man, thing is a champ at holding on. That 4% battery, got it plugged in, got it charged. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching. I do want to mention I've been sitting at 95 subscribers for what feels like over a month now. I don't know if I've kind of plateaued. I hear that's pretty normal, that you're gonna hit these different points and remember where you've got to. And it is not at all to say I'm not grateful for 95. 95 subscribers blows my mind that there's 95 people that want to watch me on a consistent basis. So I love it and I'm appreciative of that, but it keeps going down to 93, back to 95, down to 94, then back to 95, and it's like just 5 more to 100. So if you know somebody, tell a friend. If you're one of those people that watches, like I was for years on YouTube and never had a YouTube account, I just, clicked on YouTube and searched the thing I wanted to watch, and that was it. So if you're one of those people, you can sign up. It's absolutely free to sign up and then subscribe. It'll suggest my videos in your homepage when you sign on. Then it will also, if you go under subscriptions, once you subscribe, my videos will be there along with anyone else's, because I'm sure there's other people that you'd be interested in subscribing and watching. I know now that I do it, have a huge list, so it's really nice for finding those people's videos that I really enjoy watching and not missing any of their videos. So if you're like me, or you know someone that was like me who had no idea you could sign up for it, had no idea about what subscriptions were or whatever, if you are that person, sign up. If you know someone, let them know. If you have a friend that might be interested in the hiking videos or any of the stuff that I do on the channel, let them know about it. It's like 5 more, however I can get just 5 more to get to that 100. And I'm sure if it plateaus at 100, then I'll, be excited for more or wanting more too. But it's like, it feels like I've been at this 95 number for whatever. And now you watch, I'll say this in the video, and it'll drop down to like 90 or something. But still appreciate all of you. If you know someone, spread the word. If you see me post something and you feel like sharing it, you might have a whole different group of friends that I don't have access to. So if you see one of my posts on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, share that. If you don't mind or you got a minute, I appreciate those of you that already have. Just to spread the word to maybe a few more people that might be interested. Also, I wanted to let you guys know that coming up relatively soon, we don't know exactly when, we've planned a trip to the coast. We are Oregon people, now living in Washington. We used to live 45 minutes to an hour and a half away from the coast at all times. Now we're like 5.5 hours away from it, and it is killing us to be this far away. Plus, the Washington coast is pretty much completely, I believe, completely unexplored to us. And we've made a couple of attempts headed that way, but we always get caught up going to somewhere else in either Seattle or Tacoma or Olympia, which has been super fun, but we've never quite made it all the way. So the plan is, within the next week or two, to take a big family trip over to the coast for, I don't know, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, something like that. We haven't quite decided. And film it. And film it kind of like as a daily vlog of day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I don't know exactly what it'll look like. I recently made and released a video of our return trip from attempting the PCT. and I really liked how the video turned out and kind of a mishmash of footage. It wasn't purposeful or meant to be that, but I really liked the way it turned out. So I figured, man, if we went out and did one that was purposeful and knew we were gonna film a daily kind of vlog video, kind of see how that goes and see what that looks like. Sure, it's not exactly hiking or for a hiking channel, but we're gonna go to the beach, we're gonna explore, we're gonna do that kind of stuff, and there's been a lot of interest in those videos as well. So as I've said before, maybe eventually there'll be a separate channel that'll just be for the family and the family videos and the family journeys or whatever, and this one will go strictly more back to me and some solo hikes or whatever. But as for now, we're good with the one channel, and we're gonna stick with that. But just so you know, coming up in the next few weeks after this one gets released, we're gonna do a series of that going over to the Washington coast and kind of exploring that area, which is, so I've looked at the map, way different than the Oregon coast. Like the Oregon coast, you can travel Highway 101 and pretty much follow the coast the whole time. There's tons of spots. I was looking up 101 into Washington, and there's a lot in the southern end, but in the northern end it cuts way inland. It's a little bit different. So I don't know exactly where we're gonna go along the coast and how that's all going to work out, but definitely stay tuned for those videos and you will find out. It will also include not just me, but the wife, the kids, the dog, and all that stuff. So should be a lot of fun, should be a lot of fun to shoot. Hopefully it kind of gives people a little glimpse into what it's like to travel with two kids at this age and go off and go on adventures like that. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. Let anyone that you don't know that doesn't subscribe or would be interested in my videos, let them know about the videos. Remind people that haven't to subscribe. If you're one of those people that hasn't subscribed but is watching my videos, be sure to create an account and subscribe. It's absolutely free. I'd really appreciate getting over that hump, at least above 90. If I saw that flip to 96, that would be something. I've just seen 95 on there for a long time. I also want to say I really appreciate a couple of Facebook groups that I've been putting messages out on or pictures out on, Eastern Washington hiking groups, and I found like 3 or 4 of them. I've posted some pictures with links to my YouTube on there, and those people have really made some of my more recent hikes really successful right when I post it. And I'm real appreciative for those people checking those videos out, and I'm glad I can do some videos in this area and get a following in this area as well. So I really appreciate all you new people checking those videos out. The Steamboat Rock video, I was really proud of a lot of things about it. I'm working on my technique on how to film stuff, getting more and more comfortable in front of the camera, watching my old stuff back, studying it, taking notes, watching other people's stuff, and trying to become a whole lot better at what I'm doing so the videos are more enjoyable for you guys. And I'm just happier overall with how they turn out and get better and better as I go. Checked out a lot of other YouTube hikers, and I go back to their first videos and see where they're at, and it gives me a lot of confidence, being like, okay, no one starts and their videos are just fantastic. So I promise to constantly improve and get better at this. I hope it's more and more enjoyable. I hope you're not too bored by the videos and the content sometimes. Sometimes I gotta figure out what's interesting to me is not always what's interesting to what someone has time to watch during the day. So shorter clips sometimes of things, and you know, keep it moving along, and also tell a story of what went on in the day better. And I think that's something when I look back on my PCT Oregon, and it's like sometimes I didn't film and I just need to get the camera out more and film, even if it's for short little bits, just to kind of fill you guys on what's going on and feel like a day in the life, a day to day, and things that I think might be mundane, like seeing me set up my tent and seeing me make dinner or make breakfast or filter water or whatever. I feel like, who cares, that's boring. But just like a 5-second clip of doing that stuff, 10-second clip of doing that stuff tells a story better for you guys, so you're not missing things more than like 10 minutes of me walking down the trail talking. Like, you might not necessarily care. So definitely things I'm working on. Hopefully the videos continue to improve. Hopefully it continues to reach a wider audience, and those of you that have stuck with me from day one, hopefully you find it more enjoyable and it becomes, you know, kind of like not miss. And I know for some of you it's not miss. You tune in every single time, you check out every video I have. I super appreciate that. But I want to make sure you're enjoying that experience, and it's you know, cohesive and tight-wrapped experience and not just oh, this is another waste of 20, 15, 30, sometimes 50 minutes of my day and I'm bored out of my mind. So that being said, I am working on that. I appreciate all of you, and thanks for coming with me today, and thanks for staying tuned for whatever is to come next.